What's up, everybody? Just got my formal letter from the Ethics Committee. Now, they requested that I keep this private and not speak about it. I'm going against those wishes because I find the charges to be completely ridiculous. I find the situation to be ridiculous. And the best disinfectant is sunlight. So let me shine light on the situation, and we shall be judged by our peers, the community, and all who care to watch. So obviously there was an incident at the CAWF, the Canadian Nationals, a couple weekends ago out on the East Coast. Incredible event. Loved it. At that event, the incident was between Ryan Espy and myself, where I thoroughly demolished him. And from there, I can only assume that our president, Ryan Espy of the CAWF, I can only assume, please correct me if I'm wrong, made the complaint, or at least did nothing to stop the complaint. He is the president. Made a complaint to the Ethics Committee, which Ryan Espy is one of four. And the letter goes something like this. I won't read it in entirety. Dear Devon, as you are aware, the EAC is following up with regards to concerns that were raised during the Canadian Arm Wrestling National Championships. The task is to determine if you violated the CAWF Code of Ethics during the participation at the 2023 Nationals. The Code of Ethics in its entirety can be found at the CAWF website. The Code of Ethics sets the standard and expectation of behavior for athletes, spectators, and officials at all CAWF sanctioned events. So, for both parties, highlighted the section of Code of Ethics in question for your review. Okay, so this is my charge. CAWF Code of Ethics determines abuse as any course of conduct that is known or ought to be known to be unwelcome by the recipient. Abuse. So let me be clear. I am being charged with abuse, most likely by Ryan Espy, through the Canadian Arm Wrestling Federation Ethics Committee. The highlighted sections are the portions of abuse that I am being put into question about. Meant to ostracize, belittle, threats or intentional humiliation, taunting about a person's physical appearance, internet bullying. Okay, so ostracize, belittle, trying to make you look small, trying to make your friends not like you. Okay, threats or intentional humiliation. I don't know if you've watched arm wrestling for the last 15 years. I don't know if you've done that. Taunting about a person's physical appearance. I think at some point I've called him a bowl of porridge. Okay, I don't know if I did that at the Nationals or not. Internet bullying. Yeah, I do that sometimes. If you want to call it that, I call it hype, bringing excitement. I call it, part of the mental battle that we have. Okay, that clearly some people are just not ready for. But you would expect. So these charges, they are open to interpretation, okay? I could be guilty of these a million times over because I've done every single one of them, depending on your interpretation of all of these things. First, let me say I'm a massive supporter of arm wrestling in general, of course. I think everybody knows that. Specifically, as we're talking about the OAA, the CAWF, and WAF, and IFA. Whoever the parent organization is right now, I can honestly say I don't even know anymore as a Canadian. But I'll say that I have nothing but love and support for everybody. I was handed the Murray Park Award in 2000, one of the most proud moments of my arm wrestling career. I was identified for having sportsmanship at a very young age. Okay, people can argue all they want about my sportsmanship. Okay, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. I haven't attended the Nationals in 23 years. 23 years I didn't attend. Why? I didn't think it would be sporting of me to go. Didn't think it would be sporting. I went to go with my family, give a seminar. Just so happened that a longtime rival, Ryan Espy, was going to be there. I didn't even figure it out until like 3 days before the event. I didn't even put it all together. I'm like, geez, Ryan's going to be there. He's been asking me for a match for decades, plural. Okay, probably like a good 15 years, maybe even 20. He's been begging for a match with me. Talk to promoters. Okay, it's been looming forever. It's just the time has never been right. Honestly, the incentive has never been that good. I'm in the same room as him. Of course I'm going to fight him. Of course I am. I figured out about a few days earlier, so yes, I start internet bullying him. Of course I do. Okay, I want to start to play with him as early as possible. At the event, yes, I made that win as meaning and as memorable as I possibly could for him, and for me, and for everyone who watched. I want to be very clear about the difference in our level. Now, just to put it very broadly now, I will say that what I'm taking from this situation is, I have to say I'm quite upset and somewhat embarrassed that Ryan Espy is representing Canada at the CEWF. I'm embarrassed. This is not a fighter. One of the best things I've seen written about this issue, the problem is not with losing. Everyone loses. There should be no shame in losing a match. There should be no shame in losing to your opponent. The shame is to not be able to accept defeat. This is the problem in sport. If you cannot accept defeat, you need to take a long look at yourself. Ryan Espy, you do not represent what it means to be an arm wrestler. You do not represent Canadian arm wrestling in my mind. You don't. That's my opinion. And you want to try and ban me? You want to try and charge me? You're an embarrassment, Ryan Espy. You want to pull me again? You're an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed for you.